These events happened in Ireland during the reign of Edward VII. The young scholar had no real job, and he had taken to walking the country lanes from village to village, where he might earn a glass of beer and a simple meal by telling stories to the locals. Ordinarily, the young scholar, being so well educated and well read, had an edge over the locals when it came to the fascinating nature of his stories. But the old men in the village pub had a few good and scary tales of their own to tell, so the young scholar had to work hard to earn his pint of beer and doorstep sandwich. As he walked down the narrow country lanes in the growing dusk, he thought about one of the stories he'd heard in the pub. Several times he thought he heard sounds on the road behind him, and he turned and looked, only to find himself quite alone. He felt foolish and scared. A little later, as he passed a ruined, weather-beaten old house, he came across a dead body lying face down in the road. To his surprise and trepidation, the dead man began speaking to him. God love you. Being dead is exhausting. Do me a little favour. Would you carry me on your back to the place where I intended to travel before I laid down here to take a little rest? The young scholar really wanted to refuse, but he got it into his head that if he angered the corpse, it would get up and chase him. So he said, sure, I'll be glad to do that for you. And he put the dead man on his back and carried him. Following his directions, they arrived at a farmhouse where they were greeted by the beautiful young farmer's wife. She was soon joined by her husband, and the couple invited the dead man and the young scholar to stay for the night. Although exceedingly afraid of the dead man, the young scholar was also utterly exhausted. They both lay down and went to sleep. When he awoke early in the morning, the young scholar found that he was alone in the bed. Then he heard sounds coming from the bedroom next door, the bedroom of the farmer and his wife. The young scholar glanced out of the window and in the distance saw the old farmer walking across one of the fields on his way to work. The dead man returned to the guest bedroom. I've worn myself out topping the farmer's wife, and she is with child, and that child shall be a priest, and everyone that priest blesses will belong to me.